So OpenAI has recently released their new GPT model, GPT-4o, aka GPT-4 Omni. Now, there's been a ton of people raving about this all over social media and YouTube, so we're going to dive into if it's actually going to make a difference for your SEO and your digital marketing, or if it's just some overhyped update. All right, let's get into it. So I woke up in the morning with this message from one of my normie friends saying, GD, can't wait for my OpenAI girlfriend with this video link here, laughing, flirting, telling me to run my hand through my hair, edited some stuff out. He said he's sold on it. And my friend Gregory Elfrink from Empire Flippers also made this post on Facebook just to see what people thought about it. I asked to create a comment to this post, but it wasn't very helpful, so I got it to create a picture of me being frustrated at it not helping me. Many are raving about it. It's fast. Same stuff, even faster. Then he highlights some issues from GPT-4 and then says if you give it good prompts, it'll pretty much give you decent output, but same as before, just faster. Illusion of speed, but it's more a slight UI sleight of hand. Impressed by the audio and voice mode. Rendering text and images is better. All the stuff I've been paying for is free now. Update for the normies, not the nerds. I did a poll over on our Facebook group, SEO Roundtable. Seems that about 90% of people are saying it's better than GPT-4, and about 10% are saying it's the same thing as GPT-4. Nobody said it was worse, so that's good. And then over here on YouTube, of course, the sentiment overall looks pretty hypey. So I went ahead and I highlighted all the text on this page right here. And I pasted it into ChatGPT-4o, of course, and said, based on this text, how's the public reacting to the release of ChatGPT-4o? It says the public reaction to the release of GPT-4o appears to be highly positive and enthusiastic. Key points of interest and excitement include blah, blah, blah. Then it says the reception is overwhelmingly positive. I then asked it another question. Why do influencers usually react extremely positively to news every release? Is it genuine? And of course, it says some people might be genuinely enthusiastic about something, but then it gives a lot of reasons why they might be faking enthusiasm. And I think the one you want to pay attention to right here is content engagement. When you're very positive and you say, oh, this is going to completely change everything, this is so good, this is so great, people tend to like it and view it a lot more. So something to definitely be aware of. So what's the deal? Is it overhyped? Is it only for normies? Or is this actually going to help us as SEOs and marketers? So here we are on the official site, and they didn't really give any kind of concise list of the big changes that are coming to the product, and it's super wordy overall. But they have some cool images over here, and here's the example of it putting text on images. This photo to caricature thing looks pretty cool, and making this robot do a bunch of different things using the same robot also seems cool. For the rest of the features, I went over to ChatGPT-4o and had it summarize it for us. Real-time reasoning, not interested. Fast audio response, not interested. Performance improvement on non-English languages, this could actually be cool. Vision and audio understanding enhancements, not interested. Unified model for text, vision, and audio, not interested. Improved efficiency over here. Safety features, we don't care about safety. More safety. Text and image capabilities available to free and plus users. This one's kind of cool. API access with faster performance and lower cost, also cool. Audio and video coming soon. More safety and more efficiency. So overall, it looks like a bunch of stuff we honestly don't care about as SEOs and marketers, but we do like the lowered cost. And some people might like it being free if you're not already paying the $20 a month or whatever. And the rest of it honestly looks like stuff to appeal to normies with all the audio and video stuff, right? Let's go ahead and do some testing and see what's up. So first of all, I've got this beautiful picture of myself, which you've probably seen around, especially if you've already subscribed to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't, go ahead and give me a sub and give this video. It'll help me out a lot. And yeah, I've only posted 9 videos so far, but I'm growing pretty fast. You might have seen me before over on the Sterling Slot YouTube channel, but yeah, this is my all new independent channel. But back to my beautiful picture, I said, here's a picture of me, make it a caricature. And I'm not really sure what to say about this result here. I was definitely a lot more impressed by the one they used on their official documentation. So this looks like it might not quite be ready yet. I guess it's worth noting though that the background is green and it has this pattern on the background. There's a pattern on this green background too. And he is wearing a black shirt and he's smiling stuff. But yeah, it doesn't really look like me, right? I then said make a picture of the caricature but make him mowing the grass and he's not happy. And you can see here that it did that and it looks similar but not really. But it did do the background again, the green background with the patterns. It said now make him work on his computer. He's angry. He doesn't like ChatGPT. Again, the green background and some patterns, but also it looks dissimilar yet again. But to be completely honest, I actually use ChatGPT for images quite a bit, but I don't really try to do this kind of stuff with it. And if you want to do some more advanced image type stuff, you probably want to head over here and get Midjourney anyways. Now we're doing a side by side. Over here we got GPT-4 on the left and GPT-4o on the right. And I've given each one the same prompt, which is write an intro paragraph for an article titled Toxic Backlinks. No fluff, make it engaging and enticing to read more. Include facts and statistics, don't make anything up. And honestly, after reading the two, I feel like it's failed on both of them. You can see on the left that the GPT-4 output is definitely shorter than GPT-4o. They definitely have some cool stats in here. Not really sure about this 50% drop stat. That seems bogus. I'm not really sure where they're pulling that from. And they're still including a lot of this ChatGPT language, digital landscape, whatever. Now for 4o, it's using the same kind of ChatGPT language in the competitive world of blah, blah, blah. drastically affecting your site's visibility. But now they're actually citing some sources in the intro, which is cool. It's definitely different. However, neither of these is really an introduction. It's more of just a summary of what toxic backlinks are. So yeah, it's longer and it's cited some stuff, but it failed at the same time. Anyway, cool to note that difference. Now I'm giving the same prompt to both of the models, and that is write a 500-word article titled Toxic Backlinks. They both look like they're going pretty fast right now, so it doesn't really look too much different for either one. Actually, never mind. It looks like GPT-4o is definitely writing a lot faster here. All right, so they're done, and the very first thing I noticed is that GPT-4 is just given a wall of text here. It doesn't really look like an article at all. Whereas you can see with GPT-4o, they've actually given like sections, they've given links to sources, and they've got even a numbered list in here. This is actually cool. Now, I've got to say that I never copy and paste ChatGPT text like this straight onto a website to use the whole article just like this, but it definitely looks like an improvement here. And these sections are actually good, and it follows like a logical flow, right? First section, what are toxic backlinks? Next up, the impact of toxic backlinks, identifying toxic backlinks with some steps, removing toxic backlinks, and a conclusion. Like, this is a very well-structured article. Now, is it going to be the greatest article in the world? Obviously no, but it's a pretty logical flow here. And actually reading through this thing, I see a lot less of the normal ChatGPT language. So I'm not going to lie, I'm impressed here. But again, don't just copy and paste this stuff unless you want to get clapped by Google, all right? Always make sure to edit using a checklist like something like I've made here to make sure you're actually creating unique and helpful content, as they say. So now I'm going to test it on a task that I used to use on YouTube. Article title, Toxic Backlinks. Please select 15 of the most semantically relevant URLs to include as internal links from this list. Write a 2-sentence description for each link. And I wasn't actually going to put these in the article, but I was going to put them in the YouTube description if the video was about this topic. But anyway, it's pretty much the same thing. I had to put ChatGPT-4 back on the left over here. And what used to happen is it would get a couple right, and then after a while, it seemed like it would get tired and it would start repeating things or not giving good suggestions. So let's see what this does. So looking at GPT-4, first it starts off with how to recover from bad backlinks, what's a quality backlink audit, is my website penalized, types of backlinks. It definitely seems to be getting a little less relevant as we move down the list. I've got to say for GPT-4o, it doesn't really seem as relevant up here at the top. What's quality link, types of links, PBN links, link relevance, Google rankings drop dramatically, backlink audit, how to recover from bad backlinks. So you can see GPT-4 actually put how to recover from bad backlinks at the very top of the list, which is probably the most relevant article we have for toxic backlinks, whereas 4o has put it on number 9, pretty far down the list here. And they're also talking about domains over here, how to use Ahrefs. I don't know, I've got to hand this one to GPT-4, honestly. I asked ChatGPT how to audit itself to see which one of these is better. So I'll do 2 more quick tests here. So now I'm asking, explain how link building works for SEO as concisely as possible for a beginner and what the most important things they should focus on are as far as link building for ranking their website. So let's go ahead and give this to both of them, and we'll check out the speed as well as I ask. So far, it looks like similar speed. I'm not really seeing one faster than the other, to be honest. I think GPT-4 might actually be going faster this time. It's weird. It's like GPT-4 gives a pretty good summary here. Then says to focus on quality over quantity, relevance, natural link profile, anchor text diversity, consistent effort. This is actually pretty good tips right here. Coming over to ChatGPT-4o, the first thing I noticed that it's written quite a bit more here. Summary is about the same. Number 1 is the same. Number 2 is the same. But they're also giving sources here, which is cool. Well, it's more or less the same here, except it's giving some sources, right? But actually, this first list is saying are just key elements of link building, and then coming down, it says most important things to focus on. So definitely a slightly different approach to answer, even though it's a pretty decent answer. I then tried to ask it a riddle here. What would I call my mother's father? It says great-grandfather. Looks like I couldn't fool it this time. Then I asked it a math question, and they both got it right. I'm going to head back over to the ChatGPT-4o official announcement page. And I'm going to go ahead and give it this prompt. Bullet point list of the 5 most impactful changes. Don't explain each one. I'm going to paste the whole page in there. So that's weird. I went ahead and I entered that in, and then it's gone ahead and given an answer for something completely different, which was one of the previous questions about which articles were most semantically relevant to our new article. So I'll go ahead and start a new window and try it again. Okay, there we go. I'll go ahead and start a new window for ChatGPT-4 just in case as well. So it looks like it's giving the same answer for the first one. It's giving a very similar answer to the second one, but it's pulled in a slightly different data. Here it gives the minimum speed, and over here it gives the average. Third one's definitely a little bit different. Fourth one's the same. Then here we're talking about safety. And over here we're talking about multimodal data. And overall, I feel like I'm going to have to do some more testing with this. It seems like some things are better, some things are worse, some things are definitely different, And to me, the things that really stood out was linking to sources as well as the speed and the article layout for the ChatGPT 4o seemed a lot better. But before I let you go, it's conspiracy time. So over here we can see OpenAI plans to announce Google search competitor on Monday, sources say. That is, OpenAI, or the creator of ChatGPT, is planning to make its own search engine to rival Google. It's also worth noting that ChatGPT 4o was released right before the Google I/O conference or whatever it is. Here you can see a post on Reddit. Google I/O wouldn't have been so disappointing if OpenAI hadn't announced GPT-4o a day before. Sentiment in this thread seems to be pretty negative as far as the Google I/O presentation as well. With these two things in mind, that OpenAI is creating their own search engine and they also just dropped a release right before a big Google conference. And it's a big free release with a lot of normie hype in a move that looks like it was supposed to take the wind out of Google's sails and give them less attention. To me, it really seems that ChatGPT 4o is more of a marketing release than a true product improvement. So I think they're preparing to compete with Google. I think they're building hype and I think they are killing Google's hype. And ultimately, I think they're just trying to get a lot of these things on their product right now, which it seems they're doing a pretty good job of doing. So overall, I'm pretty meh on this release. No, I don't think it's going to really change your SEO. No, I don't think it's going to change digital marketing. No, I don't think it's going to vastly improve your life or really change any of your processes. It's nice, but I think it's a little bit of a nothing burger. It's faster, it's free-ish because I think there are some limits imposed. There really seems to be an emphasis on audio, image, and video here. You can see here in their sub-headline, can reason across audio, vision, and text in real time, along with the videos where it just shows them talking to it and it really sounding like a human. And the cheaper, more efficient API cost is definitely a good thing. But I think this is only really good for people who are devs, and I don't really think the prices of any of your favorite tools are going to be going down anytime soon. Go ahead and ask any of your favorite AI tools if they'll be reducing their costs, and I think you're going to get a response that looks something like this. All right, guys, that's it for now. Go ahead and give me a sub if you enjoyed the content, and go ahead and give me a follow on LinkedIn and Twitter as well, as I'm just starting to get active on these platforms. Bye bye. See you next time.